Hi guys, back with another Transformers toy review. This time I'm having a look at Titan's Return Ramhorn. Now I've really struggled to get hold of this guy. I think he's been released over in kind of the places like Philippines and places like that for a fair little while, but he's been hard to get hold of online or at retail. I think he may have started showing up a few places in US. I ended up picking this guy up through Big Bad Toy Store, as part of a 4-pack. So he came with 3 other kind of Titan Masters ones, which I've already got, so I'll probably end up selling those on at some point. But here he is a Ramhorn. So originally this guy was one of the tapes for Blaster, which transformed into this kind of Rhino mode. But we've got a little kind of headmaster out of it as well. So these boxes, there isn't really any kind of bios or anything else like this, so we can pretty much go ahead and get this one opened up. I've got a couple of figures to hand, so I'll show you what the Titan Master looks like on a few different bots, and I've got Blaster and kind of Rewind in that to hand, so we can have a look at him with those as well. So open this up. So we've got the figure there, that there, got the instructions here, and a little headmaster bit there. So we've got all of that. So chuck the packaging to the side there for now. So here you are, you've got him in his kind of little Rhino mode, which is pretty cool. He's kind of like a kind of beigey brown sort of colour. There's tank treads down here, but they haven't got any paint on them. This bit is gold paint with a red Autobot symbol on, and then you do have his eyes painted in gold as well. And you've got your little Titan Master here. There is a little bit of paint on him. Let's get him to focus up. Unusual sort of face sculpt on him. So I'm not quite sure what he's supposed to be, if that's supposed to be like a battle mask or what. And obviously same articulation as normal on these guys. The sort of arms move up and down and whatnot. And then this just folds up, and you get him into head mode like that. And if you want to see him on a couple of figures, I'll just bring this round and take a few figures out. So we get out Chrome Dome, for example. Let's pop him in. I picked this guy just because of the colour. Wasn't sure, how many figures this guy kind of went with. So pop him in there. Kind of looks all right. Not too bad. It's not. Again, the colours don't. That's probably the closest you get in terms of colour matches for any of them. But it looks all right. It's quite a cool head sculpt, I reckon. And pop him to the side. And then if you bring in hard head as well, so pop that guy out. Pop in a new guy into here. Again, that doesn't look too hateful. I think that's fairly decent. You've got him in there. Obviously you can change this guy up however you want to. If you kind of want to put the guns on the back and have different guns on him, and maybe have the other guy in his gun mode, which we'll get round to in a second. So I'll just pop that off for now. So here we are, got him in his Rhino mode. This bit kind of moves up and down, but obviously then kind of ruins the sculpt here. You don't have any articulation on the mouth itself. The legs do move forward, it looks like. This one doesn't move back. And then to transform into tank, it looks like you just bring these in here like that. And let's have a look. Looks like you've got that in there. And I think you just pop that forward. I just double check and just have a look at the instructions as to how you have that in there. Yeah, so it looks like actually the tank mode here is slightly different. So you actually bring this round here like that, and then it looks like you you swivel that around like that. Then you've got your tank mode like that. But where do you fit the little tight master in? Yeah, so it looks like he then comes around the back. If I just put him, oh, there he is, and you get hold of him here. Just flip out his little hands. So he's a bit like the other guy, which is kind of like an elephant one, and you just pop him on the back here, and he's kind of like manning the tank on there like that, like so. And he does then also have like a gun mode as well, which, looking at it, is kind of, I was just trying to see how it kind of goes. Obviously you'd want that down like that, and it looks like you just kind of have that down like that from what I can see, facing forward. That's how it shows in on the instructions anyway, that you have it like that. I guess you could have it so it's face down like that, and then you've got the gun barrels and bits and pieces. To show you that in someone's hand, if I take this out like that, you can have him hold it in his hand like that. There isn't any paint on the kind of gun turrets at the front there, so I think that's something that Takara are doing with their one, but there you go, so that's what it looks like. And I think he can also fit in there as well, so I think the idea is that he'll kind of slot in there somewhere, which they normally do with these ones. Just seeing where they get him in here. So if I take this out here, yeah, it looks like you just fit in this guy into here like that. And then for back to the other mode, let's swivel that around, bring down your head, and you can see how the bottom section here is all kind of filled out with that. And then if you want to bring in the other guys, so if I bring in Blast, I will bring the camera up in a second just so you can see kind of a size comparison with them a second. So there he is with his other kind of buddies, Stripes and Rewind there. So he's a little bit smaller than the rest, but it's quite cool that you could get them all together if you want to. And that's pretty much it for this guy, really. There isn't a whole lot else to show. I'm probably going to keep him in his kind of Rhino mode, to be honest with you, and do him that way, because the kind of Titan Master is pretty cool, but it doesn't really go with a lot else, really, to be honest with you. I've tried him with the other figures, but it doesn't really go with a lot else. It just kind of tidies up quite nice. But I'm quite glad I picked him up. Not sure if he's worth paying over the odds for and picking up in a pack or not. I didn't pay too much for it. I can quite easily sell the other ones off and get money back on those ones. Could do with a little bit more paint on these kind of tank treads and things like that, but overall a pretty good little Transformer. Anyway, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more reviews coming up soon. Bye bye for now.